Guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren. Willkommen in Wembley für die erste Speedway-Meisterschaft im Jahr 1978. Mesdames, Messieurs, bonsoir. Soyez les bienvenus à Wembley pour le premier finale du Speedway du monde 1978. We're very sorry to tell you that the President of the British Speedway Promoters Association, Mr. Charles Cook, died suddenly this morning. As a mark of respect, ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for a minute silence? In just a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen, the riders in tonight's Golden Jubilee final will each receive a presentation silver salver. We welcome to Wembley the Minister of Sport and Recreation, the Right Honourable Dennis Howell MP, who is to make the presentation. He's accompanied by the Chairman of the Speedway Control Board, Mr. Nelson Mills Baldwin, OBE, Mr. Vladislav Fikzak, the President of the FIM Track Racing Commission, Mr. Percy Roberts, Chairman and Chief Executive of Mirror Group Newspapers Limited, Mr. Jack Fernley, Chairman of the British Speedway Promoters Association, Mr. Wally Maudsley, Chairman of the National League, the reigning Miss World, Mary Stellin from Sweden, and former World Speedway champions Jack Milne, Tommy Price, Freddie Williams, Ove Fundin, Bjorn Knudsen and Barry Briggs. And now we're ready for that presentation. The first world finalist tonight is now going to receive his presentation silver salver from the Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, Malcolm Simmons of Great Britain. We Jan. Each rider receiving this very nice commemorative salver from the Minister. We move on now to Sweden and Swindon, number 10, Jan Andersson. Salvo comes from Czechoslovakia. He rides for Exeter in the Gold British League. It's Jan Werner. Jan Werner, number 11 in tonight's World Final. From Reading, will you please welcome Dave Jessup. Dave Jessup riding number 12 this evening. From Great Britain and White City, number 13, Gordon Kennett. From New Zealand and Hull, number 14,
Sorry, just a minute, Barry. Just doing a voice level. Dave landing. I bet this sort of pitch might get a bit more exciting. Okay.
Yeah, here we are. I'm back up here again, Scrim. I hope you got all the fellas looking properly. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Dave.
That's terrifying.
The riders just getting ready at the finish gate are in red. Malcolm Simmons.
Heat number 1 of the Golden Jubilee World Speedway Championship final, and we have 3 serious contenders straight into action in heat number 1, because we have Malcolm Simmons, the England captain from Poole, and he indeed is one of the very, very serious contenders for this crown. We've also got Anders Michenek, the champion in 1974 from Sweden, who spearheads the Scandinavian Challenge. And there we have from the United States of America, Scott Autry, one of the most improved riders in the world of Speedway in 1978, and many people's favourite for this Golden Jubilee crown. So 3 big guns straight into the action in heat number 1. Heat number 1 of this Golden Jubilee World Championship final at a packed Wembley Stadium, and straight away we have 3 of the really serious contenders for this crown in heat number 1. On the inside, wearing the red helmet colour, Malcolm Simmons, the England captain, pool number 1. Next to him from the United States of America, Scott Autry, probably the most improved rider in World Speedway this year, a very, very real threat to this crown. And in grid 3, it's going to be Anders Michenek, the former champion in 1974, who will be spearheading the Scandinavian Challenge for the title. Scott Autry, big fan following in the West Country, from Bellflower, California. We've seen him on ITV several times this year. Started the season winning the Daily Express Spring Classic, and here he is in this world final, looking to become the 2nd American world champion. It's Michenek indeed who has some trouble here, holding up the start of heat 1. Tension building up, tremendous crowd here, an absolute sellout, and really you can already put your hand out and just about touch the atmosphere. Still more trouble from Michenek, and Michenek is having awful trouble with his machinery. He's calling for a spare bike, and I wonder if he really has got trouble or if he's trying to kid them. I don't think he can afford to play around like this at this stage of proceedings. Michenek on new Westlake machinery, the reigning world long track champion, but obviously he's not too happy. So the lineup for heat 1. On the inside, Malcolm Simmons, England and Poole. Next to him, Scott Autry, America's number 1 from Exeter Falcons. Grid 3 has Anders Michenek in white, and on the outside, Ila Taroma, Finland's first world finalist from the Leicester Lions. So heat 1, catch, yes, listen to this crowd. Starting, of course, so crucial here at Wembley. Autry. So many people believe that this American could upset the party for the English contingent. And he really does look sharp. He looks immaculate. He hasn't made a mistake in heat number one. Going into the last lap, 344 metres, of course, 4 laps. And this really is a tremendous psychological fillip and boost for Scott Autry. Around the last 2 corners, the track looks immaculate, and Autry is going to win heat one in truly immaculate style. So Scott Autry starts with 3 points in this Golden Jubilee World Final, and he really looked a potential champion there. Not one mistake or 1 inch of those first 4 laps.
Heat of the World Final, the winner Scott Autry from Exeter in Wales. His time, a new track record here at Wembley. 67.4 seconds. Second from Poole, Malcolm Simmons in red. Third, Anders Pechenek, Sweden, white. New track record time, 67.4 seconds, and Scott Autry did it. The second heat of the World Final, from Czechoslovakia, having his first ride here at Wembley, Petr Ondrasik riding in red. From Czechoslovakia, Yuri Stancil in blue. From Great Britain, Michael Lee in white. And in yellow and black, Marek Cieslak from Poland. Now before we...
This is Dave Lanning talking, testing for Barry Briggs. Can you hear me now, Barry?
Okay. At this moment.
Right, Scrim, can you say something, please?
You can hear me. Let's go and join you for a few moments.
Can I hear you?
Well, I just come out of...
Yes, Dave Lanning testing for Barry Briggs. That's okay, so fine.
Simmons, I understand he... on one of his bikes, so Malcolm is now
heat number 2, and there really is England's crown prince of World Speedway, Michael Lee, only 19, bidding to become the youngest ever holder of this title. From Kings Lynn, the British champion for the last 2 years, and now with the surprise elimination of Peter Collins, the last Englishman to win the world title back in 1976. So it's going to be Michael Lee in Heat 2 in Grid 3 wearing the white-coloured helmet, and he's going to be playing, well, a spot of Eastern European roulette. He has 3 Eastern Europeans, although one of them, that's Petr Ondrasik from Czechoslovakia, turning back to the pits, obviously with some mechanical defect, or some worry anyway. Michael Lee rides for Kings Lynn, of course, on a 10-year contract with them. Over £5,000 to travel down by road and indeed a special train to support Michael here in his bid. 4th last year, of course, in Gothenburg in the rain, bidding to go better, and who's to say he won't either. Mike Lee, great stylist. Michael Lee, England's hope in the white helmet colour in Grid 3, in against 3 of the unfancied Eastern Europeans. 2 Czechoslovakians on the inside. Petr Ondrasik, totally unknown in this country, really. Surprise qualifier. He's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Jerry Stancil, well, Jerry rides, of course, for Coventry Bees in his 4th World Final experience, but no more really than a spoiler. Mike Lee, then, all eyes on him. There he is in the white helmet colour. He's in Grid 3, and on the outside is Marek Cieslak in the yellow and black striped helmet colour from Poland and white sitting. Heat number 2, Michael Lee, debut in the 1978 World Final, and he made a tremendous start from Grid 3. Lee leads in 2nd place, Cieslak. In 3rd place, it's Ondrasik. But Michael Lee really stretching these Eastern Europeans, and he hasn't even got a lap 1978 World Final yet. And down there we lost the rider in red, Peter Arnesic, the unknown Czechoslovakian, unhurt, remounted, but Michael Lee really has established complete command on heat number 2. He's tall and gangly, looks a bit awkward, but he's very effective, and he's absolutely walking away with Heat 2. We rather felt that the Eastern Europeans would be out of their depth. There they are. In second place there is Cheeslack, in third place is Stansel, but Heat 2 really has been all about Mike Lee from England in Kings League. So he takes 3 points. What a start for him in this Golden Jubilee World Final. 3 points for Mike Lee, 2 for Cheeslack, and 1 only for Jerry Stansel.
This time, the first heat win, 67. Carrier for Michael Lee, 67.3. Second, from the point city, Barry Chillick in yellow black. And third, from country, Hugh Stansel.
Here he's well clear the field and a perfect start for his 1978 World Final first ride, and behind him we have the Continentals fighting hard for the position, and on the outside right closest to us in red colour going straight down and out of camera now is Cheeslack, and down he goes, and I would think that wrecks his World Championship chances.
Reaching 3 of the Europeans, Dave Jessup, who of course missed the official practice to go and play golf. His handicap is 14, and obviously he'll be hoping no handicap from grid number 4 in Heat 3. A very, very fast skater, one of the dark horses for this world title. Dave Jessup on the outside wearing yellow and black. On the inside, it's Jan Anderson, first final from the Swindon Robins and Sweden. Next to him, Jan Werner from Czechoslovakia. Jerzy Rembas, the Polish wonder boy, hasn't had much of a season at Leicester in the British League, but always a danger. And Dave Jessup on the outside. Heat number 3. Jessup, of course, a former Wembley rider, knows his way around this Empire Stadium track. They need to get away quickly here because the lads on the inside are rushing to that first corner. It's a good start. That is into the first corner. Jessup around the outside, and so too there is Rembas. Jessup and Rembas locked down the back straight under our commentary tradition. Jessup then charges across, shots back onto the line. He leads it. Second place Rembas. In third place is Jan Werner, and Anderson's got a bit of a knock there, and there's out of contention. A tight start, but little Dave Jessup is now really stretching this field. Here he goes, absolutely hurtling around the fifth corner. Here's the distances, and Jessup indeed looks pretty good, but his bike is stopped. Jessup here is drama in heat number 3 because Jessup a mile in front with it in his pocket, and his bike has stopped, and that is appalling luck. So we've got a new leader, and it's Jerzy Rembas from Poland. Rembas stepping in, taking advantage. He won't look a gift horse like that in the face. Rembas leads it. Second place now is Jan Werner. Third is Anderson, but Rembas is going to win it. Second place there was Werner, third place was Anderson, but everybody here at Wembley will want to commiserate with Dave Jessup. From England, well in front, but the bike gave up the ghost, and that really is a terrible stroke of luck for him. There he is there, just walking back to the pits. What awfully bad luck for Dave Jessup.
Mechanical problems for Dave.
Well, there really is probably the saddest rider in the world of Speedway. Dave Jessup, so well clear, going back, and that's really, that look says it all.
Second from Czechoslovakia, Jan Werner. Third from Sweden, Jan Andersson.
Well, his heart must be broken, but he still has 4 rides to go. But really, he must know his championship chance, for all intents and purposes, is over in just that one moment.
The world champion of John Skinner.
So heat number 4 coming up, and indeed this could have a far-reaching effect on the eventual destination of the Golden Jubilee World title, because we have 2 of the main contenders. We've got Ole Olsen and Ivan Major, and we've got there in our picture the rider in yellow and black making his world final debut, Gordon Kennett from England and White City, and he's a lad who really does like to get stuck in. So heat number 4 really looks like it's going to be quite interesting. Favourite for the Golden Jubilee title. This is his first ride. An awful lot of fans from Coventry, where he is the idol, and number 1, Ole Olsen, with an average of 11 points up there in the Golf British League, and this is the man he'll be looking for. So will these 92,000 people here at Wembley. The reigning title holder, Ivan Major, 5 times winner of this crown, the oldest man in the field, and that is the full lineup. Heat 4 really looks like being very interesting. Ole Olsen on the inside in red, Ivan Major next to him in blue, John Chipman, Australia's only challenger, and he's no mug, he's in grid 3, and Gordon Kennett on the outside making his bow in World Finals, the young captain of White City. Heat number 4, and this one really could settle an awful lot very early. Heat 4. Olsen, Major, Chipman, Kennett, that's how they line up from the inside. The 2 main contenders perhaps in the 2 inside grids. This start is going to be oh so vital. It's Major who's doing the nudging. He really will have to sit still. Away this time, and it's Major. Major just by a hair's breadth of the corner. Gordon Kennett trying the outside run on him. Olsen's back in 3rd place. Major leads it. Kennett in 2nd place, going hard under him there. Major is locked up on the inside there. Kennett trying to force a hole through on the inside. That's his strength. But now it's Major in front. Kennett in 2nd place. Nearly runs over the back of him. Olsen's back in 3rd place. And the world champion isn't going to give up his title as now Olsen goes charging under Kennett. Really, it's getting a bit hairy. And Olsen now chasing after Major. This is a bit more like it. Kennett going back under Olsen. Major still in front. He's not going very quickly. And Olsen trying the outside running. Kennett trying the inside into the pit corner. Something's got to give here. And it's Ivan Major. Down he goes. Olsen has moved into the front. Kennett's in 2nd place. Major is still down. He's right out onto the pit gate. So is he in danger? The race continues. Olsen goes by. Major's still down. They haven't stopped it. Olsen's going to win it. Olsen wins it. Kennett is 2nd. Way back in 3rd place it was Chipman. Major is down. There's the winner. And the drama really coming thick and fast in this Golden Jubilee World Final. Well, there is Major. He's unhurt, but my goodness, his pride must be dented. Well, the crucial point here was on lap 3 when Gordon Kennett went under Major and Olsen went round the outside. Barry Briggs.
And here we see Ivan in blue helmet in the middle, leading going into the corner. Kennett up the inside and Olsen right round the outside. Ivan's running the race. He's drifted out a little bit because he can see Olsen out of the corner of his eye, but Kennett's up the inside, and this is where it all happens. Ollie's on the outside, Kennett up the inside, and you can see the action now. Kennett just clips Major there, but there's nothing they can do. Olsen on the outside, Major slips out wide, and down he goes. It was a very difficult decision by the steward, but Ivan was down there, and a very difficult decision whether to stop it or not. I would have thought the steward probably did the right thing by letting it run.
Third from Leicester, John Pittman in white. A win in Heat 4 for Ollie Olsen with a time of 68 seconds.
So at the start of Heat 5, Ivan Major, the reigning champion, having protested that he'd been knocked off in his last ride, has protested, but the referee, Tor Kittleson, has said no go, fair speedway, and his decision stands. So Major now must surely have lost his world title. We surely must have a new world champion. Unlucky, but speedway can be a tough old business. So Heat number 5, and we've got really the rider who Ivan Major might have felt caused all the trouble last time. That's Gordon Kennett on the inside now. Gordon, of course, who had that brush with the Gallopin Major on the pit's bend. He's on the inside. He's got Malcolm Simmons, his England captain, next to him in grid 2 in the blue helmet colour. From Czechoslovakia, it's Peter Ondrusek. There's Gordon Kennett, a tough boy, puts himself around. There's Simmons, stylish. We have got Ondrusek from Czechoslovakia, and on the outside it's Jerzy Rembas, and Rembas in fact won his first race courtesy of some bad luck for Dave Jessup. When Jessup packed up, Rembas stepped in to win. So it's England versus Eastern Europe. On the inside, Kennett, next to him Simmons, then on the second. On the outside, Jerzy Rembas. And it's Rembas again from the outside, who gets up to the corner. Kennett's on the inside, and Kennett just edges him over there. Simmons now coming hard down the inside line, inside Jerzy Rembas, but Gordon Kennett leads it in Heat number 5. Simmons is now in second place, chasing hard, and the Eastern Europeans just slightly out of contention here. And this is Gordon Kennett in his first world final. 25 today is his birthday, and Simmons is under some pressure in second place from Rembas, but Kennett, a hard door rider, gives nothing away. A brilliant inside rider, can find drive on the line in the most magnificent way. Let's just watch him round his pit corner. He's strong, he's burly, he's tough, and he's leading Heat number 5. Simmons, Malcolm Simmons, the England captain, has not looked that convincing. Second place first time out, just really holding on to second place from Rembas. But Gordon Kennett, second place in his first ride, he's going to get 3 points here, and that means he's still in touch with that title. A win for Kennett, 3 points to him, so that's 5 so far, and that's impressive. Second place, Malcolm Simmons, only 2 points there. His title chance really must be slipping away. And Rembas, who flourished just early on there around the first corner, Rembas there in yellow and black just picks up 1 point. Well, it was the start that was the important issue in Heat number 5. So let's have a look at it again in Barry Briggs.
On the inside, we see Gordon Kennett with Malcolm Simmons right beside him and the 2 Continental boys on the outside. That's very, very critical for Kennett to make the start. The Rembas on the outside appears to make the best movement. Kennett's run into Simmons just there, and Rembas comes round the outside, but Kennett moves out of the corner, in the middle of the corner, turns back ever so carefully. He rears a little bit there. He goes out wider coming out of the corner. Rembas finds that he's in his way, and a good corner by Kennett.
67.3 seconds is equivalent to...
He's in red on the inside. Jan Andersson from Sweden, 1 point first time out. And then on the outside, these 2 young men, after this Golden Jubilee crown, there's Major, keeping him waiting. But he's on 2 minutes, so he can't really afford. The issue referee has jurisdiction to exclude a rider if he exceeds that warning. So heat 6 and this one too might have a far-reaching effect on the destination of the 1978 Golden Jubilee World Championship final. Ivan Major on the inside, no score after that controversial incident first time out. He's in red on the inside. Jan Andersson from Sweden in blue, grid 2. And then the two young men with their eyes very much on this title. Scott Autry, most convincing, winning his first ride. He's in white in grid 3. And Michael Lee, England's white hope, on the outside in yellow and black. He won his first ride indeed and looked pretty sharp. So heat number 6 with both Autry and Lee, the unbeaten riders. So again, something's got to give here in heat 6. There's Lee. Major on the inside could command the run up to the first corner, and it could be very, very interesting there. Made a tremendous run to the first corner. Major's on the inside though, and Michael Lee is back in last place. He made a terrible hash of that first corner, so now Major leads it. Autry's in second place and almost came down on the fifth corner. So Major, the old bulldog, isn't finished by a long chalk. Major in front. Autry is in second place and chasing hard after him. Michael Lee, having made a terrible hash of the first corner, is way back in last place as Autry makes his challenge at the inside of Ivan Major. Again, Major seems to be slowing it up. He wants to dictate the pace, but he's got a very hot potato on his back wheel. Scott Autry drifting out to mid-track, locking back at the inside. Now try the outside run. Into the last lap, and Major has ridden a cagey old racer. Again, Autry tries the outside, and I think he's just about to squeeze by. But he hasn't, and now he's still going around the outside. He missed the camber, and Major has held it off. Really tremendous speedway. Ivan Major, having been really controversially brought down in his first ride, showing that the old bulldog still has some teeth. Really dramatic heat number 6. It was a start in first corner when all the questions were asked and answered. Barry Briggs.
Yes, it's a very critical one, Dave. Ivan Major's on the inside of their picture now. They move off. He's fractionally slow. Number 2 in blue, Jan Andersson rears a bit. Major moves into him, pushes him past. Now Scott Autry's right next to him. Now watch this now. Ivan Major goes past the middle of the corner. Michael Lee's right on the outside and going far too wide. Major's got the run on the first corner. Now watch him close the gap on Autry coming out of the corner, and that's a very critical pace for Major, and it's a bad lost point for Scott Autry.
Really throw their chances away, Ivan Major with that fall first time out. Michael Lee with a very poor last place in the last race. So Olsen must be feeling just that shot bit more confident now as he comes out for his second ride. Won his first ride and indeed beat Gordon Kennett and Ivan Major after he'd fallen. So Olsen looking sharp. He's in grid 2. Jan Werner from Czechoslovakia is on the inside. Olsen is in grid 2. Jerry Stansel, his Czechoslovakian teammate at Coventry, is in grid 3. And Anders Michanek, the 1974 champion, it must be said now, just a little bit past his peak on the outside. Olsen really must be looking for 3 points here in heat 7. Not the toughest of races. He's up there looking at the green light. The light's on. Here we go. And it's from the outside, and that's Anders Michanek who gets to the corner first. Olsen's back in second place. He hasn't looked very sharp in the starts at all. And it's Michanek stretching away into the fifth corner, having already made about 10 lengths on Olsen. So Olsen has got a lot on his plate now, because Michanek is a fair old rider, and he can go, and he knows all about Wembley, and at the moment Olsen is not really getting on at all. Riding a magnificent line, Anders Michanek, but now Olsen is beginning to creep back about 5 lengths. Now he's buzzing up onto his back wheel. But really and truly, Anders Michanek is making it look easy. He didn't race him too highly, but he made a super start, and Olsen has really made no impression at all on that gap. Slipped a bit out to mid-track there, Michelet. Didn't run a very good corner. Into the last two turns. Olsen must make his bid now. He is not going to get up. A win for Michelet. Second place, Olsen. Third place, a long way back, Jan Berner. And we really are having some upsets at Wembley. Perhaps a lot of people forgot about Anders Michelet, a stylish performer, definitely world class, and he really has put the cat among the pigeons with that win over Ole Olsen.
I think this could bring the best out in Jessup. I don't think he can win it, but it's certainly not going to be one with 15 points tonight. So, you know, if Dave keeps plugging away and gets 12, he's going to be in the winner's circle somewhere.
He's going to be in the hunt, and he's a great big occasion rider. David Jessup here coming up for Heat 8. He's in grid 3. So still plenty to race for. On the inside, Ila Taroma from Finland, no score so far. Marek Szlak from Poland, lucky 2 points first time out. He's in grid 2. Dave Jessup, no score in grid 3. John Titman from Australia and Leicester in yellow and black. The Aussie from Brisbane in his first world final. He'll be on the outside here. So can Jessup pick up the pieces on this Golden Jubilee World Final? He's in grid 3, and this is heat number 8. He leads it. Second place is Titman. In the inside there, the rider in red, Taroma, got into a terrible tangle with Marek Szlak. Those are the riders at the back. These are the boys up front. And Dave Jessup is stretching away. So Jessup leads heat number 8 by a mile. Well, he was leading his first race by a long, long way when the engine cut. He'll be keeping his fingers crossed. This is Jessup. Tragedy that first ride was for DJ, the skipper of the Reading Racers. Indeed, the only former Wembley rider in the field. He came here as a teenager from Eastbourne, since moved on to Leicester, and currently the number 1 at Reading, and he's a long, long way clear in Heat 8. Into the last lap. He hasn't made a mistake this time. Time to look back. They're a long, long way back, David. Second place indeed is John Titman. Third is Ila Taroma. But this is all about Dave Jessup, and he wins Heat 8 in a canter. Second place there was Titman. Third place, making up a lot of ground after a very hairy first corner, Ila Taroma. Jessup, though, still might be in with a shout in this world title chase in 78.
Into the first corner, and right on the inside of the track you'll watch from the red colour Ole Taroma from Finland. He gets underneath blue, which is Szlak, and you watch Taroma now rearing on one wheel. He does very, very well to stay on the bike right into Szlak. It completely impedes Szlak's corner, and down they go, but not one of them falls.
The scoreboard, not one rider unbeaten. 3 joint leaders, Scott Autry, Gordon Kennett, a surprise packet there. Ole Olsen, the favourite from Denmark. They're on 5 points apiece. Then we have a cluster of lads on 4 points each. Michael Lee, Anders Michelet, Jerzy Rembas from Poland, didn't expect him that high, and Malcolm Simmons from Great Britain and England. I wouldn't dare to make a bet. Nobody looks invincible, mate, do they? Go on, young Ford. I've got a cat among the bloody pigeons.
Hey?
Is that Olsen and he's left later? Gordon, that'll be Autry now.
Said he'd have a good final. I said he'd have a good final.
Yeah. Oh,
It's bloody good. He backs it in. He's just suspect on that start. It was a start off and got
number 9. Can Michael Lee overcome a disastrous second ride? Only a third place when he made a terrible mess of the first corner. He's on the inside here in Heat 9, and he has opposition there from Malcolm Simmons. And Malcolm has 4 points, 2 second places, not nearly as commanding as a lot of people felt Malcolm would be. So he's in grid 3. There's the full lineup. Michael Lee on the inside, 4 points. So still in touch with a place on the rostrum, to be sure. So too, perhaps, is John Chipman, 3 points from Australia. Malcolm Simmons has 4 points too. He's in grid 3. And Jan Werner, this multiple world finalist from Czechoslovakia, on the outside in yellow and black. Werner, in fact, rode in 5 different world finals last year. Simmons, here he is there. He's in his 3rd world final. Finished 2nd in Katowice in 1976. Unfortunately, a shoulder injury put paid to his chances last year. Heat 9 then, with Lee on the inside, Simmons in grid 3. There, the English hopes here as they settle down for the start of heat number 9. It's a very even breaker. Looks like Titman who gets there first. Titman from Australia in the lead. Simmons in 2nd place. Lee coming powering under the pair of them here into the pit corner. And Michael Lee giving nothing away. Gives Titman a nudge over. Almost left the hole big enough for Malcolm Simmons. In fact, he did. And Simmons has slipped through as well. But Malcolm hasn't looked at all sharp from the start. In fact, nobody really in this Golden Jubilee World Final has looked invincible. And Michael Lee now going strong up front. 2nd place. Simmons still struggling a little bit to contain John Chipman. This is the distances. There's Simmons. Chipman there just bouncing a little around the white line. But Michael Lee, having not made the start, having to do some hard work around the inside in lap 1, is now beginning to sew up heat 9. Down has gone Titman there, just really slid off all on his own. Momentary lapse of concentration there. Michael Lee isn't aware of it, but Titman's in no real danger. Walking back across the track, there's John Titman, and there's Michael Lee winning heat 9. 3 points, he's very much in touch with the top still.
Yeah, didn't get the first passing scrim. Okay. Yeah, okay.
This Golden Jubilee World Final. We've got 2 of the joint leaders. Ole Olsen there in white has 5 points from 2 starts. And we have Dave Jessup there on the inside. He really, although he's only got 3 points, he's twice been in the lead. Won 1 race, packed up in this other one. So Jessup a menace. We've got Peter Ondrusek there from Czechoslovakia. He's got really no chance here, just making up the numbers. So the lineup for heat number 10, and this one really could settle the 1978 World Championship. Dave Jessup on the inside. An impressive win, an engine failure when a mile in front in his first ride, but still just about within clawing distance of a place in the first 3. Jessup on the inside, a rider who they really will be watching, because we've got the 2 co-leaders, 2 of the 3 co-leaders at this stage. Ole Olsen in grid 3, he has 5 points. Scott Autry from America has 5 points. Remember, not one unbeaten rider in this championship. We're at heat 10, halfway through, and there's an awful lot on this one, heat 10, and you can almost feel the tension. Those are the 2 main riders, Olsen in white, Autry in yellow and black. Jessup they'll have to watch for from the inside. The crowd boiling up now. Heat 10. The outside grids have infinitesimally proved to be perhaps the quickest for the line up to the first corner. Heat number 10, such an important one. And once again it's the outside grids, and it's Olsen who gets to the corner first. In 2nd place is Autry. Jessup is through on the inside of the pair of them, and Jessup banged drive, and inspiration from somewhere there, and he leads it. In 2nd place it's Olsen. Autry's back in 3rd place, and we really have a surprise on our hands. Well, Jessup really winning the hearts of the crowd. That's the battle for 2nd place, but Jessup is absolutely tearing them apart here in heat 10. He's going away from Olsen, he's going away from Autry. think and wonder. There's the battle for second place. What might have been if Dave Jessop's bike hadn't clacked up when he was leading his first ride, because he really is taking apart the two co-favourites for this title. Into the last lap. Oh, he's 30 lengths in front. Olsen going backwards still. Autry, the battle for second place could be decisive again, but Olsen now is stretching away. And this 1978 world title chase is still wide open. Jessop wins it. Olsen is a long way back in second place. Autry even further back in third place. And, well, who would care to make a safe bet now on who's going to win this Golden Jubilee title? Jerzy Rembas from the Stal Gorzów club in Poland, ridden with Leicester Lions this year. Really the best young hope on the Polish scene. Had a desperately disappointing scene in the Golf British League. Anders Michanek, well, he's now, what, in his 10th final. Won it in 1974, of course. He's beaten Ole Olsen, and it seems that after a slow start, he really didn't impress first time out, but he looked pretty sharp in his last ride, so Michanek might just nose his way back into the reckoning. But he's got to reckon with this guy. This is Ivan Major, and Major too, after that fall first time out, came out and beat Scott Autry in his second ride, so he isn't giving up his title that easily. Heat number 11, there's the lineup on the inside. Marek Cieslak from Poland. Next to him, his fellow countryman Jerzy Rembas. Anders Michanek with a win in the third place in Grid 3, and Ivan Major with a win and a fall to on his score chart in his first two rides. So both Major and Michanek will feel that the world title in 1978 is still just about within their grasp. And there's Marek Cieslak, obviously trying to find some extra drive away from the tapes. The Eastern Europeans traditionally find Empire Stadium a bit tricky. So really, in heat number 11, we feel we ought to watch for the two ex-champions. The reigning champion, Major, of course, having won the title 5 times. Michanek won it in 1974 by a long way, 4 clear points. Really, I think most of the action will come from these two grids in heat 11. Let's see the start. Superb start from grid 4. He leads it. Michanek didn't make a start. And it's Rembas coming hard under Major down the back straight, and he's pushed him out. Rembas has taken the world champion well wide, and this again is a surprise. Major made a tremendous start. We didn't reckon on this boy at all. Oh, Rembas really has got it all going for him. Held on there somehow. And Major trying hard to get back in with a chance. Michanek, you can see it in the back there, so that will be his chance is gone if it stays this way. And surely, if Ivan Major is unable to get up, he could kiss goodbye to his title in 1978. Well, we've had a few surprises here at Wembley, and here's another one. Rembas absolutely carving up heat 11. And he's got 4 points, and these 3 points, if he stays in front of the last lap, will put him on 7. And he might still get in the fray. And nobody in the world would have prophesied or predicted that. Rembas wins heat 11. Major is back in second place. Michanek is nowhere. And we wonder where the surprises are going to end. Start and first corner, so very, very important in heat number 11. Here's Barry Briggs with the replay.
We see Ivan Major right from the outside. The danger's supposed to be next to him, Anders Michanek, but as the tapes rose, you see Major jump out of the start. He heads straight for the inside, and the inside man in red, he gives the other boy a bang straight into Major. Major's got it hard on the first corner. Major's now thinking he's going to turn back the inside, but he's made a big mistake because Rembas and Blue has slipped up the inside, and look at this for a corner by young Rembas. He gets on one wheel here that's probably unnerved Major a little bit, but Major's in a bad position, but Rembas gets under him, races him to the next corner, and a great start and first corner by Rembas.
he can move clearly into the lead, and that is a situation that very, very few folks would have thought possible before this meeting. Gordon Kennett, the White City skipper, in his first final. It's his birthday today, 25. And Gordon, well, we thought he'd put himself around and be a bit of a spoiler, but very few would have felt that he would be in a position here as we go two-thirds of the way through this World Final, that he would be in a position to go out front. Gordon Kennett. Here's the lineup. He's on the inside. Next to him, Ila Taroma from Finland and Leicester. Jan Anderson's in grid 3 and Jiri Stansel from Czechoslovakia on the outside. So on paper anyway, Gordon Kennett does not seem to have a tough task in Heat 12. We've seen so many surprises that we wouldn't care to say that we shouldn't see another one here. Heat number 12 should be all about Gordon Kennett, but we've had some apple cart merchants and we just wonder if we're going to see any more. Kennett then, looking for 3 points to go clear in the 78 World Championship. On the inside, likes the inside, Gordon. Then Taroma, Anderson, Stansel. That's the lineup from the inside. Away they go, and Gordon Kennett has not made the start. Into the first corner, it is Taroma and Anderson, and now Kennett making his move down the inside of Jan Anderson, now going after Ila Taroma. Taroma leads it. Kennett is in second place, hustling and harrying. Casing is not Gordon's strong point, but he is a real tiger from the back. He can drive through on the inside where Angels may fear to tread, and now he is going after Taroma, but Taroma has ridden a pretty good race so far. This is the battle up front. He's done 2 laps, and Gordon hasn't really made an awful lot of impression. Closing up again now on Taroma. In third place is Jan Anderson, a long way back, but the battle is here. Kennett's trying so hard to lock back and find an opening, but he drops some ground there, and once again it looks like we're going to have a surprise. Taroma is going away. Don't think Gordon Kennett is going to get up again. And Taroma almost overcooked it there, but he hangs on. He wins it. There's another major surprise, and really, there's it all going to end. Ila Taroma wins it. Gordon Kennett allows the chance to go clear, to slip away. And what is going to happen next? We can only sit back and wonder. Three rides each. Here is the scorecard, and really, who would have believed it? Gordon Kennett, Michael Lee, Ole Olsen, and the totally unfancied Jerzy Rembas from Poland, level on 7 points each. Scott Autry and Dave Jessup with Malcolm Simmons there completing a 6-point pattern, and it really still is absolutely wide open. Rembas is on game card.
All the news from you,
it's powerful, doesn't it?
And more news from you later. Dave Jessup, who's also in this 13th piece, he's a rider who has been in the sport for some while. He began in 1969, in fact, with the Eastbourne Eagles. He's ridden here at Wembley during the 1971 season. Moving on to Leicester in 1972, and from 1976 onwards, his name has been synonymous with the Reading Racers. Saul Kittleson, the FIM referee, just indicated a 2-minute warning. Riders who still are very much in the hunt for the Golden Jubilee World title contest Heat
13. Jerry Stansel on the inside, 1 point. I think we can disregard him here in heat 13. Dave Jessup, unbeaten on 6 points at an engine failure. He's in grid 2. Ivan Major, the reigning champion, still in touch, just about on 5 points. And Malcolm Simmons, the England captain, on the outside. He's from Poole. He has 3 second places. So heat 13, there are the 3 that really still have their eyes on the title, taking their time to settle down. Jessup, of course, so unlucky first time out when he broke down while leading, but he's looked immaculate since then. Ivan Major, the reigning champion, well, he had a controversial incident in his first ride, went down in an untidy bundle, but he's back, certainly still in contention. Malcolm Simmons has been steady, but not spectacular. Heat number 13. From grid 2 and Simmons from the outside. Jessup almost overshot the corner. Malcolm Simmons leads heat number 13. Jessup coming down the inside of him here into the pit corner. These 2 Kentish riders, both from the county of Kent, and Jessup slides through on the inside as sweetly as you like. He's leading it. Major is at the back, so that really surely must be the end of his title chances here in 78, but Jessup is still very, very much in the hunt. David Jessup from Reading Racers. Both these riders are near neighbours in the county of Kent. Well, that engine failure first time out really must have been heartbreaking, but he hasn't really showed in the subsequent races. Simmons chasing hard, but Malcolm Simmons also had a bit of heartbreak before the start of this one. He flew his best machine, and he's on a spare bike as Jessup goes very, very wide on that second corner, but he's got a lot of time to play with into the pit corner. Up to the checkered flag, a win for Jessup. He still has his sights on the title. Second place is Simmons, Ivan Major right at the back. So we're going to have a new world champion, whatever. Is it going to be this rider, Dave Jessup? 9 points, and now he has edged into the lead.
Start for Dave Jessup on number 2. Ivan Major's on the outside of him. And this is a very crucial start for Dave Jessup on gate number 2. He's got Ivan Major on the outside of him, and right on the outside there he's got Malcolm Simmons. Dave's pulled out of the start very, very hard, but Major's coming right down on top of him, but Major's pulled out. He was too far behind, and on the outside's Malcolm Simmons. Dave goes in, he runs a little bit too straight. He just about goes into the back of Malcolm. Malcolm just gets himself clear, a little bit off the line. Dave's turning back very, very hard to come out on the inside of Malcolm, but he didn't get him this corner, and the next corner Dave got past Malcolm. There's Malcolm on one wheel, and Dave gives Dave the initiative, and he goes on for a great, great win in the next corner.
Number 14, and 2 more riders still very much in with a chance in this wide open World Championship chase. Heat number 14, and the 2 inside riders here still very much in with a chance in this oh so wide open World Championship chase. Scott Autry there from America on the inside, 6 points. Gordon Kennett from England and White City on 7 points. And on the outside, 2 Eastern Europeans, Marek Cieslak from Poland, he's in grid 3 in white. Jan Werner from Czechoslovakia and the Exeter Falcons on the outside, he has 4 points. So, again, a crucial race, heat 14, Autry and Kennett. Way up with the leaders. That's Autry. He's on the inside, that's Kennett. And this is the battle between them in heat 14. Who made the jump from the inside, and Kennett did not make a particularly good start, but he's powering around the line to chase after Scott Autry. Autry leads it, Kennett's in second place. In third place, it is Marek Cieslak from Poland. But Autry made a super start, and when he gets in front, doesn't make many mistakes. Gordon Kennett powering hard after him. He really is a tough, Tour campaigner. In his first World Final, Gasing was not his strong points, but he's a rare battler from the back, and he's closing on Autry in heat number 14. Gordon really turns a bike, very strong lad from Kent. Chasing hard, trying nearly everything he knows. Very, very difficult to come from behind at this level. Autry still making his own line. Kennett's right on his back wheel as they go into the last lap. Now Kennett going out, trying the outside run, hasn't worked. Switching back down the inside run. And Autry really has ridden an immaculate race into the last two corners. Scott Autry is just about going to hold on in heat 14. He wins it. Second place, Gordon Kennett. Third, a long way back, Greg Cheeslap. But that puts Autry back very much in the running. Heat number 15 on the inside, John Titman from Australia. Next to him, Anders Michenek, former champion, on 4 points. Jan Anderson, his fellow Swede in grid 3 in the white helmet colour, he has 2 points. And Czechoslovakian Peter on Jurassic, rather as we suspected, totally unknown, has yet to score in this 1978 World Championship final. So heat 15, here's Michenek, by far the most experienced rider in this race. He really should have this one wrapped up. Michenek settling down, looking up at the green light. You can see his eye line is up there. Now he watches the corner of the tapes. So Anderson causing the trouble. Now they're settling down again, and away they go. And on the inside it's Titman, and from grid 3 it's Jan Anderson, and Michenek tucking in on the white line, coming under at least his countryman, almost running over the top of John Titman from Australia. And Titman now leads heat number 15. Michenek's in second place. Anderson is in third place. And here raising that first corner. But now John Titman from Brisbane, the Leicester Lions #1 in the British League, hasn't had a particularly auspicious World Final debut. The only Australian in the World Final. And John Titman there qualified through from the Australasian Final and then went forward to the Intercontinental Final. And it looks like he has heat number 15 in his pocket. Well, it's a point of speculation that the Australians, who of course gave the World Speedway Racing back in the 1920s, they introduced it in 1923 in Maitland, and here we are in the 50th year of British Speedway. The Aussies brought it over here, only one world finalist, but at least he's going to win a race. John Titman wins that one. Second place was Michenek. In third place, it was Jan Anderson.
The last 2 heats have been won from the inside gate.
And he's on 7 points as well. So Rembas, Lee and Olsen are the riders who are looking for a win to put them in front. But Ida Taroma in grid 3 in white there, well, he's worth watching because he beat Gordon Kennett in his last ride. So heat 16 really full of fascinating possibilities. Rembas on the inside. What a surprise he's been. There's Michael Lee, had a disastrous second outing, but apart from that, he's looked very, very quick indeed. In fact, he's broken the track record a couple of times, his times. Very, very quick when he gets in front. Michael Lee. Then we've got Ida Taroma from Finland, who must never be underestimated. He's in grid 3, and on the outside, Ole Olsen. He's been beaten twice, but he still knows that world title is within his grasp. Heat number 16. Again, so very crucial. And the start and first corner, indeed, should be pretty torrid as well. Let's watch heat 16. It's a very even break, and it's Lee, and it's Olsen from the outside. Olsen leads it, made a super start. Lee's in second place. Rembas is back in third, but Olsen really made one of the jet-propelled starts of his life there, and he needed to, and he knew it, and now he's going away in heat 16. Ole Olsen, his 8th world final, a very, very popular character in the Midlands. Denmark's first motorsport world champion. Lee is trying hard to get back on terms. Rembas, well, the bubble has burst a bit. He's back in third place, as you can see, a good way back too. But Olsen stretching away. We've lost the rider in white, Ela Taroma. He's gone down on that first corner. Doesn't look badly hurt. He's out of harm's way there. Surely the referee won't stop it because Lee is making a pretty desperate challenge on Olsen. Here's Olsen. He's aware that Lee is there. They're going past the spot where Taroma fell. There he is. But Olsen really is in command. And this is a very important win for him at this stage. This win, these 3 points, will put him into the lead with one race left, and that could be so very important. Oh yes, he pulled out the big one, the win, when he really wanted it. And that one could have a very, very far-reaching effect on the destination of the world title. Ole Olsen looking back at his very best in Heat 16. Let's have a look at the slow-mo again of the start, Barry Briggs. Let's have a look at that start from Ole Olsen.
Yes, Ole never messed around at all on the start. He never rocked, he never moved. He just went exactly when the taste went, and he looks down. He's not even looking where he's going. He's just going straight across everybody down to the inside. Michael Lee, who's just as important to Lee to win this race. Michael just gets cut off going into the first corner, and Ollie's old enough campaign, and he rides a perfect line round this Wembley first corner, and he doesn't give Michael number 6 any chance whatsoever. And a great win for Ollie.
Heat 17, the race that could win the Golden Jubilee World title for Ole Olsen, being pushed off there in the white helmet colour. Heat 17, and the race that could bring the Golden Jubilee World title to Ole Olsen, twice winner before. After all the drama and the upsets, he has emerged from the pack. A win here will put him absolutely in an untouchable situation. Here's the lineup. His main opposition surely must come from Malcolm Simmons on the inside. He's in the red helmet colour. Marek Szuslak from Poland in grid 2. Olsen then looking for 3 points for the Golden Jubilee crown. He's in grid 3, and on the outside it's Jan Andersson from Sweden with 3 points in yellow and black. Heat 17, is it going to be Olsen's title? Away they go, and Olsen again has made a tremendous start. Simmons is in second place. He'll try, so too will Jan Andersson around the outside. But Olsen has made the start, and now really he's just got to keep going to win that crown. Simmons will chase hard, but Simmons is not on his best bike. He'll try his heart out, but my word, this man Ole Olsen takes a bit of catching when he gets up there in fresh air. Olsen stretching away down the back straight. Simmons still going oh so hard, because it's still possible if he can get by an Englishman to win the title, and Simmons gained a bit of ground there. There's Olsen around the pit corner, safely circumnavigating it. Simmons has tried hard, but he's just got a lap to go. 344 metres for Ole Olsen, and that world crown, and the pictures and the noise will surely tell their own story. There it is. Olsen has done it. Ole Olsen, the Great Dane, proving to be one of Speedway's all-time greats. His third win, and he rightly is jubilant. Well, there's his backup team. There's his manager, Pete Adams. There is the boy in the sports jacket. And I'm quite sure when he gets to the pits, there'll be the usual traditional reception party. Ole Olsen, the favourite, has won the crown, but we still have got an awful lot of questions to be answered about who finishes second and third. The first man to congratulate him, that's a nice gesture too. Ivan Major, the reigning champion until just a moment ago. Ivan, of course, was Ole Olsen's Svengali in his early days. Olsen is delighted. and who can really blame him? It's worth £100,000 in perks, sponsored of course by the Sunday Mirror in association with Volkswagen. There's Jerry Stansel, one of his teammates at Coventry, and he really is getting quite a reception. Important one for Scott Autry from America. He's in blue here, and a win will assure him of at least a share of second place. He has 9 points, so a win would bring him up, of course, on to 12, and that would mean that he's assured of at least a run-off for second place. So Autry with a great deal to race for. His opposition, Jerzy Rembas, well, he has been a dark horse. He's on the inside. Jerry Stansel in grid 3. John Titman on the outside. Heat 18, a vital one for Scott Autry. Of starts. Rembas has got to the corner first and given him a nudge. Rembas leads it down. There goes Jerry Stansel, but again, it's not really causing any trouble to the other three. It is Rembas out in front. Autry in the race he had to win to be really assured of a place in the frame is lagging behind and not really gaining too much ground on Rembas. Jerzy Rembas, well, 3 points here will bring him up onto 11, and he could still creep into the frame, but that really would be a major surprise. Autry, though, beginning to fight and close that gap up front. And he's only about a bike length back behind Rembas now, as you can see. Jerzy Rembas, incidentally, riding a machine borrowed from his fellow countryman at Wimbledon, Edward Yankart, so it has looked a very potent unit. Oh dear, Rembas again. He almost fell in that identical spot a couple of races, but his control there really was very quick. And there it is, Rembas wins it. Autry will be kicking himself, and before long, the slide rules and computers are going to have to come out. Rembas finishes on 11 points, so he still might get into the runoff for the places, and Autry now finishes on 11 points too, so it's getting very tight for these placings. Standing.
Very good, Dave. Good.
Ole Olsen, congratulations, you're the Golden Jubilee World Champion. Honestly, did you ever think it was in doubt?
Yes, all the time. I've been thinking that for 2 months now, Dave, but it is just great that it came off towards the end. I had a bit of bike trouble early on. I wasn't sure if it was me riding bad or my bike wasn't going correctly in the first 3 races. So I knew everything was on the line in that last heat 16 with Lee and Rembas. So I thought the only thing we could do was switch to the other one to be sure. And I then realized that there's been something wrong with the bike that I had before, and I was very pleased with the last 2 races, and it was just tremendous to win it, Dave.
Ole, how are you going to celebrate?
Well, we're celebrating already. We got the champagne here going, and I can't tell you, there'll be celebrations it has to be 6 months.
Ole, it sounds as though it hasn't really sunk in yet.
Well, not quite, but one thing that I'm very pleased about, a lot of people said that this World Final looked very easy. Believe me, Dave, this is the hardest World Final I've been in. And I think these World Championships are getting harder and harder every year, so I'm glad that I've added another one to mine this year.
Ole, our congratulations. Very well done.
Thank you, Dave.
It's because we have 3 riders in it who know that if they win this race, they'll be assured of second place overall. There's Dave Jessup, who's recovered from a disastrous start. He is unbeaten in his last 3 rides. On the inside, Anders Michenek, well, he is out of contention for a place, but still could be a spoiler. Dave Jessup in grid 2, Gordon Kennett, grid 3, Michael Lee on the outside. They've all got 9 points. They all know that a win here will make them number 2 overall in the 1978 World Speedway Final. So Heat 19, possibly the hottest race of the year. Here we go, Heat 19. Remember, 3 Englishmen bidding for second place behind Ole Olsen. There's Jessup. He's in grid 2. Michenek really could be the spoiler here. He could be the apple cart merchant. He'll be on the inside. So Jessup, Kennett, Lee on the 3 outside grid. Who's it to be in heat 19? From the outside, and in front, in fact, it's Michenek. We thought this might happen. He is leading. Kennett's in second place. Jessup's in third, and Michael Lee is at the back. So it's Michenek leading the field here in heat number 19. Gordon Kennett trying to squeeze through on the inside. Jessup's in third place. Here comes Gordon Kennett through on the inside of Michenek. He's gone through and left a hole big enough for Dave Jessup to slip through as well. So it's Gordon Kennett up into the lead. Dave Jessup hard after him now in second place. Michael Lee is at the back. He surely is out of it now. But it's these two lads. They started racing together with the Kent Youth Motorcycle Club when they were schoolboys. They joined Eastbourne together and rode in the second division as teammates. But it's going to be Gordon Kennett stretching away Jessup when he really needs to make a good start. Missed out. And we're going to have Gordon Kennett to win heat 19 shortly, unless he does something very, very silly. The English crowd will love this. It is a